Om. 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 Sairam, everyone. Just to recollect what we were discussing last week, Swami is talking about Bharat Desha, the country of Bharat, where he says the spirituality has actually stagnated and it has to be made to move. Sthiti to Gati Swami says. And Swami says that this wealth of spirituality is the right of every Bharatiya, and it has to be taken to every home and made available to everyone to enjoy, experience. So that's what we discussed last week. So I will ask the sisters to read and continue from where we left off. Sairam.
Sairam,
Sairam.
Sai has willed that this country, Bharat, has to take this sadhana. For too long a time, the theistic dharma of this land has stopped moving. Its characteristic has been for a long time static. Now it has to be made dynamic. It must vitalize the daily life of every human being. It must enter and fructify the palatial Raj Bhavan, which is royal palace, and the lowly hutments of the poorest in the land. It is the treasure of everyone. Everyone has the right to inherit it and benefit by it. Having been born as man, one has a valid claim to share it. For this reason, Bharatiyas have to take it before every door and welcome everyone in each home to share it. As the air we breathe is, in God's creation, available to all, the Dharma of the awareness of God and His power and mercy has to be available to all. Bharatiyas must hold on to this wide outlook and the universality and unity of this message, and the conflicts between disparate faiths and beliefs will disappear of themselves, and peace and love will be resorted on earth.
Restored.
Mhm.
Thank you very much. So we had read this and discussed, I think, reasonably well. And we covered all areas, if I remember correctly. If anyone has anything to say, share, or discuss any of these points, please go ahead. Otherwise, we can proceed further. I think if there's none, I think none other we can go to the next new slide.
Yeah. Imagine a house full of darkness since centuries. You may enter the house and pray to the darkness to leave the premises, or you may shower abuse on it for days together, or frighten it by threatening force. The darkness will stay, it cannot be diminished at all. It will not yield to your tactics. It cannot be scared out. But light a lamp, and it will flee that instant. The lamp of wisdom can save man from age-long darkness. This truth has to be well recognized by man, and once recognized, he has to shape his life accordingly. Man has an immensity in him. This is the core of Bharatiya thought. It is really a mystery how man came to regard himself as one condemned to fall. A person might strike us as demonic or as divine. In both, the Atma is the reality to the same extent. You cannot say the Atma in one is less and in the other is more. When faults are found in anyone, you will have to conclude that there are deficiencies in behavior. That is all. Do not conclude that there is no divine Atma in him. As a result of the company he keeps or the inefficiency of the society in which he grew, faults have grown in him. They are not native to his nature, which is Atmic. You will have to provide him good company and beneficial surroundings and persuade him to enter them. You should you should on no account condemn him as a born incorrigible and keep him apart.
Thank you, Sairabani auntie, maybe we can read.
Yeah. శతాబ్దుల తరుబడి చీకటిగా ఉన్న గృహమును ప్రవేశించి ఆ చీకటిని ఎంత ప్రార్థించినను లేక ఎంత దూషించినను లేక దానితో పోరాటం తలుపుటకు సంసిద్ధుడైనను ఆ చీకటి పోదు.
For centuries, if darkness had been in a house, entering that house and praying to the darkness, or we abuse that darkness, or we wage war with that darkness, if we are ready to do that, that darkness will not leave.
నీకు చేరువుగా దీపము ఒకదానిని వెలిగించిన వెంటనే ఆ చీకటి మటుమాయమాగును.
If you light a lamp, as soon as you light the lamp and the light appears, right away this darkness vanishes.
మానవులను సంస్కరించి బాగు కోరువారు మొదట ఈ సత్యమును గుర్తింపవలెను.
All those who would like to um, make people good have to understand this truth first of all.
ఓకే. గుర్తించిన దానిని ఆచరించుటకు ప్రయత్నించవలెను.
Whatever has been learned or known, that has to be practiced and effort has to be made to practice it.
మానవుని యందు మహనీయత కలదని నమ్ముటే భారతీయ పరమార్థము.
The supreme principle of the Bharatiyas is that within man there exists something grand and immense.
మహనీయత అంటే గ్రేట్నెస్. గ్రేట్నెస్. మానవుడు పతితుడనియు పాపి అనియు ఎందుకో ఊహింతరో అర్థము అవటలేదు.
It's not understandable that why man is considered as someone who is fallen or he's a sinner. Why such thinking exists is something which cannot be understood.
రాక్షస తుల్యునిగా తోచిన మానవుని యందు కూడా ఆత్మవిశ్వాసమును ప్రధానముగా సమముగా భావించవలెను.
Even someone who seems equal to a demon, even in such a person, also Atma is present. That faith has to be primarily in an equal measure felt.
అతనిలో పొరపాట్లు పొడచినచో ప్రవర్తన లోపముగా భావించవచ్చునే కానీ ఆత్మవిశ్వాసము కోల్పోరాదు.
If there are mistakes in such person, we can witness in that person, those should be considered as that which relates to his actions, and not the Atma. The faith in the Atma should not be given up.
పొరపాట్లు సహవాస దోషములుగా భావించవలెను.
The mistakes or errors in that person should be treated as those that arise from company he keeps.
అవి అతని సహజ గుణములు కావు.
They are not his natural qualities.
అట్టితరి అతనిని మంచి సహవాసములో ప్రవేశించినట్లు తగిన రీతిగా ప్రయత్నించవచ్చునే కానీ అతనిని నిరసించరాదు.
So at such a time, at such situations, that person has to be given good company in an appropriate manner, and we should make efforts in that regard, but not discard or reject that person.
And వేరు చేయరాదు. You should not keep him.
We should not ostracize that person. We should not exclude that person.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Auntie. So I think Swami is, in the previous paragraph, Swami had said that, we should take the Atma, this Bharatiya principles of spirituality to every home. Now he's telling us how it should be done. And so he's saying that, there's no point in talking about it or trying to chase it away, but we have to show light. We have to light the lamp first. And Swami says everyone who wants to benefit the world should properly understand this. And then he goes on to telling us how we can treat people if there are some defects in people, how we should consider them, and we should not forget that there's Atman in them as well in equal measure. So I'll stop here. If anyone would like to discuss any of the points, please go ahead, Saira. Yes, no one is. So what is it? I think we have to light the lamp, Swami says. So we can discuss that, I guess. What is lighting the lamp, which Swami is speaking about, to drive away darkness? So I think if we have to take it to every home, we have to take the light. But first, before we take the light, we have to light it. We have to light the lamp. And I think Swami also, I think in the Telugu Swami said, whatever is known should be put into practice. I think that's missing in the English translation. But Swami says, whatever is known should be put into practice, and we should light the lamp ourselves. And then with that light, we'll be able to get rid of the darkness anywhere we go. And that's what Swami says. So maybe we should discuss, how do we light the lamp? What is the lamp which we have to light? I think Swami has covered it in the previous chapter and the previous paragraphs which we read. But I would appreciate anyone sharing that. What is the light which we have to light, and how do we do it?
Oh, sorry, Uncle, before you go to that, could you just say again that sentence, the translation, Gurtinchina Danini Acharin Chutaku?
Gurtinchadani means whatever is comprehended, okay, has to be put into practice.
Okay.
So maybe we can figure out what we have comprehended in the past few weeks, and then so that we can put them into practice. So I will just leave it open for anyone to share thoughts.
Sairam, I think I was just thinking,
Yes, brother.
I think in this, if somebody is not doing wrong, we cannot just think that person is bad or anything like that. It's just develop the bad qualities. So the only way we can clarify the person is by showing what is supposed to be good. That is the light I'm thinking we should be, because we cannot teach them that you're doing wrong, but we just need to show an exemplar, as Swami says. Start doing the right way, then people realize, other person will realize what if they're not doing right or wrong. Maybe that's the light I'm thinking here.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. I think generally we think, we have to correct people by talking to them, giving them instructions, giving them talks. Swami is saying that's not the way. That will never achieve any result. So first we should learn ourselves.
Okay.
Only then we can have an impact on with others. That's anyone else would like to. But what do we have to light? I think that's the question. What's the lamp Swami wants us to light? Yes, Sister Maha, please go ahead.
We had to light the lamp inside us first.
Yes, what is that lamp is the question, sister.
Conscience. That to waken up.
Pardon?
To waken up, like to the love. I don't know how to say that. We have to remove the darkness inside us. So we had to light the lamp inside first. So we can spread the love to other people also. I don't know. That's what I'm
Okay, thank you, sister.
understanding about this. I don't know.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, Auntie Saku.
Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Remove our ignorance, and we have to find the wisdom and then practice. We have to become that, and then our actions should show the other person that this is the way we have to live. This is the way we have to lead our life. So that you have to remove your darkness, that is ignorance. Through wisdom, you understand why you have to do, and then you practice it, and then you become a role model. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you, Auntie.
Sorry, Ramana. Sorry, I couldn't raise my hands.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
No, I think it's more of, to me, when you say lighting the lamp is if if we are following Swami's teaching, you make sure that we ourselves practice it. Similar to what Auntie said, like remove our ignorance by practicing ourselves, and then when you follow that every letter or every core, that is the light, that you become the light, or so that's how you remove your darkness. That's how I see it, and whether others see it or not, it's once you practice, it's automatically kind of sheds light wherever you go, and that's how you get to remove darkness in the surrounding. But first, inside us, in our darkness needs to be removed, then you will shine. I think that's how I see it. Maybe I'm not yeah, sorry, I just wanted to share that. I think it kind of aligns with what everyone else was saying.
Thank you very much. See, we all know this, then why we are not successful? See, we all know this, and we all think, we are doing everything right. A lot of things which are right. But there doesn't seem to be much impact around us sometimes.
That means
But
we are not doing it right. We think we are doing it right. We are not doing it right.
then how do we know that we are doing it right? That's a question.
If you are content and happy, then you're doing it right.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Auntie Saku.
Baba has given us everything as in capsule form, especially 9-point code of conduct, 10 commandments. Even if we can, even if we cannot practice everything from the 9-point code of conduct, if we can take each one and practice and then go to the next one, you don't have to preach. You become the light, because through your actions and your thoughts and words, you have to become a role model. Preaching never works.
Okay, thank you, Auntie. Thank you. But if we just look at, I know we are from whatever we can recollect from whatever we have read before, we are recollecting. But in this chapter, what is Swami saying is the light which we have to light in us, is my question. In this chapter, Sathya Sai Vahini has spoken about it.
Can you repeat the question, brother? Sorry, I think there's
So
something.
Swami is talking, actually, maybe we should go and read all the 3 slides or 4 slides before this. Because Swami is speaking about something, he's initially, yes, this chapter itself, it starts with something. What is the most important thing the Bharatiyas have? The Bharatiya.
Yeah.
And then he says, who are qualified to call themselves?
Ishvara Sakshatkara.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then he is coming. So the thing is, the whole problem, I think, for us is without doing the foundation, laying the foundation, we are trying to do things. And that's why we may not be succeeding. We think we are falling short or whatever. And I think for Swami, there's something he has given. We have talked about wisdom, we have talked about love. But Swami, what has Swami means, the whole idea is to study this chapter which Swami has written. In this chapter, what is Swami asking us to cultivate first? Is what I am asking. Yes, Auntie Mani, please go ahead.
Yeah. Basically, what we lack is our own, we don't have belief in our own greatness. Astika Dharma. We are not proud of our own Astika Dharma. And then, and we think that, we are papis, we are sinners, we don't have enough this thing, all these kinds of condemning ourselves. We should, first of all, leave that. And then the Astika Dharma is equally available for everyone. So that by our own experience, Ishwaranubhuti and Ishwara Sakshatkara, those are the 2 qualifications what Swami says for us to have belief in those things, and then try to emulate. These 2 experiences will make us confident enough to tell others that this is the way how you have to. Sairam.
Thank you very much, Auntie. Yes, Sai Satish, please go ahead.
Ramana, just adding to the same thing what Auntie mentioned, it is ultimately coming down to Atmanubhuti. So realizing that we are that spark, because ultimately if the darkness on the inside is cleared, then the darkness on the outside in terms of taking it to other homes can be done. So essentially realizing that we are that spark of the absolute is where the light inside shows up, and then finally that can also be. And once the person realizes that, then the way they live their life, it's literally the thing of Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, the Nididhyasana aspect would have come into fore. And just by looking at the way that the earlier Bharatiyas have lived, the life itself has been an inspiration for so many generations. So that's where I think others can see literally the light emanating based on how they live their life, which becomes a guidance for them to follow.
Thank you very much, Satish. So, this chapter itself, Swami is talking about realizing that you are the Atman. That's how he starts off. Not only we realize that we are the Atman, and once that happens, everything which we do should be according to what Swami is. Without that, we always fail. We try to do good things, but sometimes then we fall short or slip because we forget that we are the Atman. And not only we are Atman, Swami says, then we should also believe that others also are Atman. That's the way the chapter itself starts, actually, is to Swami says, he who has visualized the Atma principle that animates all can never condemn any religion. So it comes from the previous chapter. He's basically again and again stressing, realize that you are Atman, you are not the body, you are not the mind. And that is the light which we have to light.
No.
Once we do that light, I think Swami says, automatically, whatever we do will be spreading light. Then once we know that we are Atman, the others also have Atman, then everything changes. And that's why Swami says, do not try to talk. You do not try to chase. Do not pray. Nothing will help. Just first of all, you light, the light within you. That's Sairam, Brother Prasad is going.
No, I think I know we have to realize that we are God, but isn't it the bad qualities that we developed outside is shielding that fact that we are God? So obviously, the main task is to get rid of those bad qualities that we developed that we are practicing outside, right? I think to realize I'm God. I mean, I may be knowing it, but I'm not able to believe because of other influences that I may be having outside. I mean, my thought, in my thinking, or whatever it is, right? Unless I get rid of those, I think my mind even not ready to look inside and correct myself, I guess. I was thinking maybe getting rid of those bad qualities is what the light may be here. I'm just, that
So,
may
yeah,
create a clarity, I guess. I don't know.
thank you, brother. I think, see, anyone else would like to comment on what brother has said, or just the fact that how do we cultivate Atman, light the lamp? Yes, Sister Shivani.
Yeah, as brother said, you have to remove, you have to practice good habits. But I'm a person who likes to take shortcuts. So if I remove my bad qualities, it will take so many births. I think I have said I don't know, 100 births I might have to take. So the shortcut is keep telling yourself, I'm Atma, and behave, you're an Atma. So I guess one day you will realize you are an Atma. So I guess keep thinking about it, behaving like that. My mind and my body is just the tools Bhagawan has given to use it. When I don't use it, when I don't need it, don't use it. So that's how I see it. Just keep telling myself. And that helps to, not to get upset with somebody else, because you're saying, oh, the person's, maybe the nature and nurture has made person in such way, but deep down the person is same as I am, the Atma. So it's just a shortcut to sign up.
Sairam said, it is not shortcut, that is the cut. Based on what Swami has said, only I'm saying. Because the problem is we are trying from the wrong end and it will not work. And Swami has already covered some of this in the previous chapter, saying how Bharatiyas think of ourselves and what the Westerners and others think. They think they are the body and then they have a soul. So the body is permanent and they are trying to fix the body and the mind. Whereas Bharatiyas start from Atman. They think we are the Atman, we have forgotten, that's why all this problem. So once you fix that thing, all the problems will be solved. It's a natural phenomenon. I think that's what in the previous chapter Swami spoke, and he's continuing the same trend here as well. Because generally the tendency is to call people and talk to them, and we think that we will fix them. That's the Western approach. In Eastern approach, silence is the only way to communicate. You be what you are, and naturally others will benefit. So we have to first reach within before we reach out. Sometimes we have this concept of outreach. We have to change the world. Swami has spoken about it so many times, but people have not paid attention or listened. But so here again he repeats that. So anyway, just Sai says.
And just to add to that, I guess what we are discussing is realizing who you are. I believe, and I was just thinking that's when the equanimity it will start coming, because there is not that you have to force yourself, your mind, oh, I have to be not to be sad or not to be happy. We don't need to make those efforts, because the only thing is when we every time keep telling who I am, what is my purpose, or what do I need to realize, I am that soul, right? I just need to connect with my Lord, and equanimity will be right there. Just a thought there.
Thank you very much, sister, because very well said. Yes, Sai Sathya, please.
Saramana, just going to the analogy Swami gave of this room filled with darkness for centuries. So it's more like symbolizing how birth after birth, it's like filled with that kind of a feeling that, oh, I am that same thing, papoham, papa karmaham, I am sin, I'm born of sin, what I do is sin, I get stuck in sin, all of that thing. And repeatedly, that is something that comes as a burden that we carry, that I'm in that state of sin. But just striking that one match, striking that one feeling that I am that spark of divine, I am literally that reflection of the Paramatman, instantly so much of the burden that is carried across birds falls away, because there is nothing like I have to do that part of to reach the, of course the effort is needed to understand again that same thing of being pure, but just knowing that intrinsic nature is purity, and indulgence in the world is what murks that. It's more about realizing I am purity gets us to that, or I am pure gets us to that state of feeling not looking forward to mukti, but it being in that state of mukti, at least um, a fleeting feeling of that dissipating away. And essentially, once that spark grows, I think it'll become a conflagration which will take away the darkness of not only the person who has essenced it, but others as well.
Thank you very much, Sai Sathya. Yes, Auntie Sakku, please go ahead.
Yeah. Sai Ram, sorry, I'm speaking too much. You believe that the divine, and to know that your divine is pure, it is parisuddha and paripurna and ananda nature. But to realize this, sadhana is the only way you can develop that feeling within you. And the feeling that you get, that you are pure, you are parisuddha, you are paripurna, you are premananda, all this will come out, will emanate from you only when you go into sadhanas, and automatically, without your knowledge, that three aspects of the divinity that within you will come out like a lamp, like a light, and that will make you to practice properly, and also you will attract or get the respect from others, that you are you are a very pure soul. So first we have to become that. To become that, the sadhana also is very important. Otherwise, how could you just say, "Oh, I believe I am divine"? But how will your divinity, the divine nature, will come out? So you need a tool for that to develop. So that's why Baba has given all these sadhanas for us to practice. Thank you. This is what I believe. Saira.
Okay, Sai Mati, thank you. Sai Sister Aruna, please go ahead.
Sai Ram, brother. Sai Ram, when you say to realize ourselves as an Atma, it's not by saying it. is the way you live your life to understand within you. So the progress that you are taking or the steps you are taking should, without your knowledge, it has to reach out other people. That kind of thing only I would say as an outreach. And the inside within us realization of thing also, it's our self we have to practice. And so saying I'm a part of Atma or I am an Atma kind of thing, that will not allow you to give the message, or you even for yourself will not help. So it's always your sadhana only will help you as well as others. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, sister. Yes, Auntie Bunny, please.
I remember just the story in Shri Baba's story, how that diya is taken, the wick is wet, and there is no oil in that diya, and you are trying to light the lamp. So, in the same way, our hearts are full of lots of rubbish in it. Chitta Shuddhi is the most important thing. And that wick which is wet, we have to dry it up. That is, bring that wisdom, divinity into ourselves and then try to cleanse our hearts. Then only we can light a lamp in our own heart. Then that lamp can give lights to others. Saira.
Thank you very much, Auntie. Yes, Sister Adna, did you put your hand up again or? Okay.
Brother, I didn't put it down. Okay, thank you, Sarah.
Anyone else would like to add anything? Yes, Siren says this.
Hi, Ramana. I was just going to ask this part. So, every time a thought comes which has any influence of the Arshad Vargas, and it's trying to pull us down in one way, just countering that with I am that Atman, that same kind of thing what Madalasa told her children, Shuddhosi Buddhosi Niranjanosi, just constantly reiterating, isn't that by itself a sadhana? Every time that a thought comes, we say again the same thing, because the thought is coming to say, oh, actually, I am impure, I am filled with this kind of a thing, I need to climb this mountain of sin that I have accumulated, I have to do immense thing. It tries to pull, and every time that comes, I have the name of the Lord, I am pure, I am that, and I keep doing that. Isn't that the sadhana of constant reinforcing that I am pure, I am what I am? It's not the destination. It is inherently the at every point that every step of the journey itself is the reinforcement which makes the destination as close as it is. Right. I just wanted to reiterate that part, that because every time it comes that, oh, you have to do all of this to climb this and drive away the darkness that is there across centuries, that thought itself is pulling one down, and the counter thing is to keep striking the match every time that thought comes. So I just wanted to put that.
Thank you, sir, Satish. Yes, manana is an integral part of sadhana.
Hi, Ram. I completely accept Sai Sadish.
Silent. Yes, Sister Aruna.
Brother, yes, something I just wanted to add to my point again. The grace of the Lord is available for everyone. So in that perspective also, the spirituality ourselves, we have to, yes, when anybody is coming along with you, you can share your knowledge with them. But everyone, as we studied before, everyone has to experience in their own the Lord. So whatever you practice, how your action should reach to others. But we shouldn't, because as the God's grace is available for everyone, Swami's teaching is available for everyone. We shouldn't be forcing anybody. In that sense, we shouldn't be reaching out and say, oh, this is the way to follow. This is the way. That kind of thing will take away the actual message. Then that is a kind of preaching kind of thing comes, but your action should outreach to the others. Just wanted to add that. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you, sister. Thank you. Yes, Sister Shivani.
It's just a thought. When we talk about Atma, I am Atma, divine, and when we are discussing about that we need to understand who we are, not the body and the mind, sometimes I just think, isn't it that we should be understanding what this Atma principle is? Not just lose it, Atma, I'm Atma, and then say, what exactly it is. Sit down and kind of reflect all those things, what we have learned in all these Vahinis, and what Bhagawan is saying, what this Atma is. We can't see it, we can't touch it, but what exactly? I mean, it's just too deep. But I think that's very important. And once we understand that will help us. Then we don't need to remind ourselves at all, because we grasp it so well, understood it so well, that you live with it. Like, you just don't feel you're a mind and a body. But sometimes I feel maybe I am losing Atma word very loosely. Oh, I'm Atma, I'm this. But have I understood this? What exactly this is? Maybe that will help me more to fast forward, because if I understand that, then I don't need to remind myself. I will be living. Saira.
Thank you very much, sister. Very well said. Yes, Sister Aruna.
Brother, again, I didn't lower my hand. Sorry about that. Thank you.
Brother Prasad.
No, sir, and I'm just to summarize, I think in this, if obviously Swami is talking about our individual only, not to with reference to anybody else. For example, if I'm doing something wrong myself, and is the light, is that reminding myself I'm God, is the light, so that will that help me to correct myself, or I should, the light is identifying why I'm not God, I'm not behaving like a God, and then correcting it. What is the light in this? We need to correct, right? Because we have been listening to Swami telling we are God, but still we're in a wrong direction. So isn't it the light is to look after the reasons or causes that's making me go a wrong way and correct myself to the right way? Isn't it the light to correct my? That's what I know. Everybody's saying.
It is the.
Sorry. What I'm saying, if I know Swami was telling we're all God, but still, if, for example, myself, I'm doing a lot of wrong things. Is the light here in this context, is the reminding myself I'm God, is the light, or reminding myself I'm still not following the right way? Let's identify what is wrong I'm doing and what is the light in this case? Is identifying the reasons or causes that's making me go wrong way? Isn't it the light?
Okay, thank you, brother. Thank you. So it's a question brother is asking. So now we have three concepts which we need to understand. Sister Shivani wants to know what is Atma. Then brother is saying, I am God. We need to understand what is God also. So I think God and Atma, maybe we can treat them as same. So we need to understand what is Atma, what is God. Then Brother Prasad is asking, then what is this light? Where does the light come into the picture? I think that's Brother Prasad. He says, so where is this light? From where are we going to get the light? So that is his question. So I will again pose it to the group. So anyone willing to discuss? Now we have two concepts, Atma and light. What is Atma and what is the light? So I will pose it. Everyone is lost now. Okay, so let me ask you the light, okay? First, let's deal with light. If you need light, you can see anything in this world. Okay. So the light which shows us God, what is that light is the question now. Okay. The light which shows us God, what is that light? That's the question. Maybe first let's address that. Okay. So it is like asking, I need the light to see the sun. Will your torchlight help? Or will your lamp at home will help? Or maybe a floodlight will help to see the sun. I think that's the answer. Yes, Brother Prasad.
No, I'm just thinking, I'm trying to think. But for example, if what was my thought? That's my thought. Sorry, continue. Saying
So
something.
do you think, brother, sorry, Brother Prasad, I'm just taking that, that sadhana we are talking about, God's grace will help us to see that light?
Which light? Which light?
Okay, the light is
Forget God and light. How can we look at the sun? That's the question.
Can I say that? Yeah,
light is wisdom, isn't it? The reference here is light is a wisdom.
No, how do you look at sun, sister? What helps you look at the sun?
Maybe good glasses. Rough.
Sorry. We don't need any other light to look at the sun. The sun is effulgent, self-effulgent. Just like that, Paramatman is also self-effulgent in all of us. Only thing is, it is ignorance which is covering it. We have to remove the ignorance so that the light is shown. Saira.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think if God is love, love is God. If I'm not happy, I think that's what, that's why, isn't it? If I'm happy and blissful, I'm there. The moment I'm feeling not blissful, that means something is blocking me. Isn't it? I need to try it. What is blocking is the light that I should bring in. Can we think that way?
Yeah. So now brother is saying we are in the dark. We realize that we are in the dark. That means the light is missing. But then, as Auntie said, we have to remove the darkness or ignorance. Okay. Then we can see the light. Because to see God, we don't need any separate light.
Yes. Yeah.
Only thing is we have to remove the darkness. Like if you're inside the house, all the doors are closed, windows are closed. The only thing we need to know is open the windows and we can see. Then I think that's what Auntie said. Yes, Sai Satish, please go ahead.
Saramana, I was just trying to see two things here. One is whether we take the sun or the light. One is the sun and the sun rays. Other is the light and the light rays that emanate of it. So I'm just trying to put it in a way that even as what will for us to that question of what will help us see the sun, was I was going to say in terms of the vision or sight, you need the faculty of vision to be there to even see the light. Of course, this is when we are perceiving it through the external sun that one has to see. But again, for one who is beyond the senses, again, you don't need that, what we read in the morning's study circle also. But in essence, the constant feeling of like that anityam ashashvatam lokam, that it is impermanent, ephemeral world that is there. Knowing that no activity that we do in this world gives us complete joy. It is only transient that we have, and we know that we are going from one transient joy to another, and that's what feeling that one has to get that permanent joy. That's where, like Swami says, human beings are ananda pipasi. In search of that is what everybody is. So, but then how everybody knows about that light or that thing is the way we see that how the saints, sages, and devotees of the Lord essenced that feeling. So that becomes another point of reference to say that how people have essenced that light or perceived that light, which then gets us. So knowing the lives led by saints and sages becomes that frame of reference where we can where we can relate to. So even if you are saying that part of I am God, it starts off from initially, like if you take Valmiki, he just, what he had in his hand was just Rama, that Nama of Rama, which made him from Ratnakara again to Valmiki. So uh, going to that framework of saying that, yes, I am that purity, and saying that with conviction. It is like, am I saying it from the lips or am I saying it from the heart? And how established am I in saying it, despite what life throws at me? In one way or the other, whatever it comes, I stay established in it again and again. I may slip and fall, but I rise and again say, Swami, I will hold on to this because you have said so, because the people who have led that life have essenced it in that fashion, kind of reinforces it, and being established in that itself will help one essence how to get rid of what we say. Because if we say we are absolutely pure, then what is impure? If I'm either pure or I'm impure. So if I'm saying I am pure, that means the impurity at that, I have to stay established that that impurity is not there in me. I don't have it. I stay in that, but then it becomes, well, then what is the sadhana? If I can always say that I'm in that state, then it is more like, how established am I by saying I'm pure? Am I again saying, oh, actually I'm not so pure, I may need to do some bit of cleaning that is needed? So it is staying established in that, and having that vision to see that light. And how is that vision gained is based on the experience of others and establishing oneself. But I'll stop here.
Thank you very much, Sai Satish. So, we have lots of Balavikas gurus here. And I think they all teach light meditation. What is the essence of light meditation? I think that will help also. See if someone can explain. See, for example, the problem is we are in a dark house. Sun is outside. We are unable to get to the window to open the window. That's a problem. So how do we do that? I think that's the question. And as Sai Satish has touched some of it. Yes, Sister Aruna, please go ahead.
Withdraw your senses and control your mind, and being in the silent, you could able to. That's so how I'm thinking. Right.
No, I'm talking about the light meditation, sister.
Yeah, light meditation.
What you do in the light meditation?
It gives you you make it silent yourself there, and you control your mind too without wandering. So those two things will help you to see the light.
Okay.
Thank you, Sarah.
Anyone else?
The light meditation is kind of strong affirmation that I'm God, kind of God and I am one. That's what is kind of affirmation that I'm God, right? But I think that's what my question was like. I know I'm God because Swami said and I believe in it, but I'm not behaving like it. So there must be something I need to do, right? That's what I was thinking. That light is.
So that is the essence. So that's why I said I went back to the light meditation.
Okay.
Because Swami shows us, you said affirmation, but exactly, do we understand what we are doing? It's the most important thing. Even everyone does light meditation for years, decades. What's the principle underlying the light meditation?
Develop love. Oh, sorry, Sister Kalyani. I'm sorry.
Sister Shiva, all the gurus have now at last found, we are talking about light. Now we are good. Yes, sister. Who wants to go? Kalyani first or Shivani? Sister Shivani.
Shivani.
I think the ultimate thing is how I say is Of course, controlling your mind and the senses and your limbs, see good, do good, walk in the right line. I mean, every part of your body you walk to, you take that light, so it's kind of purify that. So ultimate is to develop that love, 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 love. So your heart, you see other people are love, spark of God. And when you start doing it, that you emanate that light around you, because love is so powerful, irrespective of what is. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
You're going so far.
Sorry.
You're going very fast.
Oh, I can't very fast.
Okay, we have to start first. So what do we do first? I think that you will teach the children. Because we're talking about sadhana, we all said sadhana will get us. So light meditation is supposed to be sadhana. Otherwise, I don't know.
Sadhana is what we have learned from what we have discussed is connecting with God. Sadhana is not just when we're doing like a chapam or taking name, you're remembering God, like you're connecting with Him, whichever way. Right?
Okay, sister.
Did I pass?
Everyone is pass. Yes, Kalyani, please go ahead.
You mean the progression, Uncle? Like from...
Yes, exactly, the progression. What is the point? Okay, everyone said, okay, you have to sit silent, you have to sit steady, you have to breathe normally. Then what do you do?
Like first you imagine the light is in you, then you are in the light.
Before that.
Oh, okay.
You bring light within you.
From where?
Outside to inside.
Where is the light sitting? It's outside first, no?
No, you're too technical.
No. I'm just going through step by step. I'm very slow.
So we light a candle.
You light a candle. Okay,
yeah.
outside.
Outside.
Okay. And you
and
put
you
it
look
in front of you. Okay.
Yes, in front of you.
It should flame, it should be steady.
Absolutely.
And then what you do?
You imagine that light in the middle of your forehead. Bring that light. Close your eyes. You close your eyes.
Okay. You first see that light.
Yes.
Okay. Then?
You see that light and then you close your eyes.
Okay.
And then bring that light in the middle of your forehead.
Okay.
And then slowly, you take that light down in your eyes, in your ears, in your part of your body, and it purifies. And then same light walks up in your heart. Sorry if I'm missing some steps because we do some other prayer. So, and then ultimately that light, and that's what I'm saying, that at the end, that light, whether people you don't like or you don't like people, dislike, that light of love is so powerful that it engulfed everybody. It just takes everybody in your realm.
Okay, thank you, sister.
Sorry if I missed.
No, you are very, very well done. Yes, Kalyani, you want to add anything to that?
I guess just the light is in you, then you are in the light, and then you and the light are one, that part. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, Sister Narmada.
Sorry, I think, I don't know. Basically, and I think the light is symbolizing the divine light. So that process that Sister Shivani went through is like when you say you're seeing good, you're hearing good, that symbolizes basically removing your fear and darkness and negativity, which is what divine light does, and that in that way you get to see the divine light within you. It's more of a symbolic process.
Okay. Anyone else? No. This is something which, if you go, there are guided light meditation, this, that, it's all, we are doing all that. That's why I'm asking. Yes, Sister Aruna. You wanted to say something? No.
I'm just thinking now you have already put a question. What is sea light means? So I'm waiting for that answer. What is
seeing light?
Yeah, what is sea?
See, the thing is, maybe I will go, having been a Balavika student, I should be also able to answer. See, the thing is, inside us, because of darkness, all the bad qualities, we are unable to see the light within us, though there is potential light in us also. So what we have to do is we have to take the light from somewhere it's available and take it inside. So generally, that's why Swami originally, I think 2 chapters ago, he said, you need to have a form and a name. So that is what we are able to cognize. So we have to have the form. In our case, it is Swami. So Swami is the form which is outside, which actually is equal to light itself. He is light, because if he is God, he is light. So then the whole idea is to imprint that in our own heart. That is the whole idea. See, between the eyes means that's the only thing you should look at. You should imprint that form inside you. That should naturally light the lamp within us. Once that happens, that light will spread to our own body and cleanse everything. And the same light will expand and cover the entire world. So the whole idea is to see the light in front of us, which is God in front of us. And you should be able to take that form of God with all the divine qualities and imprint it in our heart first. Once it is imprinted in the heart, it will take a full form within our heart. That is light. Then the light is in me. Then the light have slowly spread within our own body and mind and cleanse everything. And when that cleanses, then we are ready to spread it further, which is the exact same thing Swami is mentioning here. So first we have to do Atmanubhavam. To understand the Atmanubhavam, you need a divine form and name. That's why God incarnates. That's why we have form worship in the Bharatiya. Swami, I think, covered it in the 3rd or 4th chapter. So that is why Bharatiya said you have to have a form. You understand all the divine qualities of that form. Along with all those qualities, you have to implant it in your heart. And as Sai Sathya says, manana, think about it. Rama, whatever. Sun will come, fire will come, moonlight will come from the same Atma Rama. And only then, so the thing is, unless we do that, and then that light is fully aflame in us, then Swami says it will naturally spread out. It will naturally spread. Actually, some of these Swami has already covered. I think if we have to go back and revise. Mani Auntie.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to little bit explain that term ignorance. What is ignorance which we are talking about? Even though we know that we are that Atman is so pure, but we are identifying that Atman with the body, mind, and intellect, and thinking that we are the body, we are the mind, we are the intellect. That is the ignorance. When we separate that light from identifying ourselves with the body and identifying with that pure light which is inside us, then that ignorance will go away. That's the darkness which we all have. Saira.
Thank you, Auntie. Auntie, the challenge everyone had was they don't know what is Atma, what is God. So
actually, light, Atma, Chaitanya, everything is synonymous. That light is inside us. But we don't know. We don't know that light because of our attachment to the body.
Yes, sir.
Saira.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think because it's attachment of the body, I was thinking the sadhana that we have to do the sadhana to realize that and get rid of those attachments. Then we can easily be able to see. That's what I was thinking. Maybe we have to do something, not just saying Namasmarana would help us to occupy our mind in a right way, so that we don't even have any time to think wrong. Maybe.
So, brother, you are saying you have to get rid of your desires?
Yeah, but isn't it that don't you need to do some? Okay, yeah.
How to get rid of the desires is the next question will be. Why do we have desires? I think we should answer that question. Why do we have desires? Will be another question, but I will go to Sister Shivani. Yes, Sister Shivani.
I think I might be contradicting my own question, what I asked before, what is Atma? So if we are saying Atma, God, which is right, Atma, I mean, we can say it's God too and all of that. Can we understand God? Can we understand Atma? Or we can just experience.
Who is asking, sister?
Atma.
Okay, thank you.
Atma is asking.
Atma is asking another Atma.
Yes, Auntie Sakku. Auntie Sakku, you had to speak in human language for us to understand.
Not
The Atmic wisdom is not coming through.
No, I am just asking a clarification that the soul within us, it is a spark from the Brahman, right?
Sairam, sister, that's Auntie, that's wrong.
What is wrong?
Soul within you. Who are you then?
The soul,
Then
the Atma. The Atma within me,
within within who?
within this body.
Oh, within this body. Okay. The Atma is within this body.
Within this body,
Yes.
it has its own spark.
Yes, it is a spark.
Yeah, it has its own spark.
Yes.
But through ignorance, we are unable to realize that. So for that only, I was thinking, meditation is good, but I was thinking, Baba is already within us, right? In our soul, in our heart. Then how could we bring his form from outside to inside? Because already Baba is within us. He is a silent witness of all what we do right and wrong.
okay.
So there's nothing to bring from outside, you're saying, no, Auntie?
No, because you said when you do meditation,
Yes.
you bring that form within you, and place it
Yes.
in your heart.
Yes, yes.
That's why I'm asking that question.
So if Swami is already there established, then there's nothing for us to do.
No, we have to make our divine, our soul to get that illumination.
Auntie, our soul?
I mean, the soul within us, the soul within us.
See, the whole, okay, that's okay.
Within us.
Auntie, you are talking like the Westerners.
The Atma is one.
Yes, it's Swami.
In everyone. I am saying the bodies the forms are different, but the Atma, what is in me, is in you. But we look upon you more because of your intellect, your behavior. You have become a good role model because of your knowledge. We have not reached that state. Sorry, I am not putting you in the pedestal. I am telling the truth.
Auntie, I am just repeating what Swami said in the previous chapter. The previous chapter said, according to the Bharatiya belief, we are Atman and we have a body.
Yeah.
The Western concept is, I am a body, I have a soul.
No.
Okay, so I think first of all, we should get over that thinking. As whenever we say I, we should say I am Atman.
Yeah.
I am not the body. Okay, so that's why we should not even use language like there is soul within me.
Oh.
That means we are still in the stage where we are thinking we are the body.
No.
Swami has already, I'm just, only thing is as Sai said, I'm just recollecting what Swami said in the previous chapter. If you are a Bharatiya, you should always say, I am Atman, I have a body. You should not say, I am a body, I have a soul.
No.
Okay, so even the language we should be, see, once we repeat it again and again,
okay,
and understand that I am Atman, then whenever you need something, will ask the question, does the body want, or the mind want, or do I want? The Atman. See, if we have asked these questions, all the desires will vanish.
Yeah.
See, the whole problem is, As long as we identify we are the body, we cannot get rid of desires. As I think Sister Shivani said, it'll take many lifetimes to remove one desire after the other. But Swami says, once you know that you are the Atman, you will not have any desires because Atma doesn't have desires.
Paripurna.
This is also Swami has covered in, I think, 2 chapters before. See, what I'm saying, whatever I'm saying is, not that, I have studied. I'm trying to remember whatever we have studied in this only. In this 2 chapters before, Swami said, Atman doesn't have desires.
No.
So because Atman does not identify with the body or the mind. But we are, the ignorance which Auntie Mani nicely said, is that we think we are the body, and that's the whole problem. So until we get rid of that cause of all problems, we will never get rid of, you can remove one by one each desire, it will never end, because until we get rid of the idea that we are the body, the desires will come. So that is why Swami is telling, as Sister Shivani said, shortcut. It's not shortcut. You can say, call it shortcut, but that's the right shot. Right cut. In the sense, as soon as we say we are Atman, whenever a thought comes to us, we should say, the mind is saying this. Is it because of the body? Is it because of my mental aberration? Or is this what Swami would want me to do as himself, as Atman? If we keep on asking this question, slowly the desires will fall off, which is what Swami has already told. We can go back and read. Okay, so I am just repeating what Swami has said. And the same thing Swami says, even if somebody has mistakes, don't think that person is bad and exclude or whatever. You should never forget that there's Atman within that person also. But that is not possible until we have identified that we are Atman. So I think it is just a matter of repeatedly reminding ourselves, which is what Sai Satish was telling, mananam, mananam, mananam. So I will stop here. Yes, Sai Satish.
Ramana, just was going to add to what you mentioned, that it's basically, tell me your company, I shall tell you what you are. So if I am established in the realm of the Atman, I always know that I am having this vesture on, and so in terms of the perspective of sadhana and all of that, it changes completely, because now we just use it as a means to reaffirm that we are already there. What we are seeking is what we are. So Swami would always say, like, I know, yeah, I am God and you are God. The only difference is I know I am God, whereas you're yet to know that. So if I'm able to put myself in that kind of a framework, and every time say that I am what I, or literally essence Swami, that whom I am praying to, I am that kind of a thing, then that, again, the same thing what Brother Prasad was asking, that is the sadhana, because to reaffirm that I am God is not parroting out I am God or I am Swami, I am Brahmasmi and all of that, but essencing what it means being that, because that is the challenge. If I essence being the lamp that I am bringing inside, when I am that lamp or when I am that light, then there is no darkness. Because I feel that there is a light, there is darkness, I am still sitting in the level of darkness and looking forward to the light. But when I feel I am the light, then everything else just vanishes in terms of what I see as an obstacle also vanishes. Again, Swami would hold the kerchief in his hand. He would drop it and say, it is easy to drop than to hold. It is easy to drop. So every time, if I stay affirmed in that, yes, Swami, with your blessings, with your grace, it is easy to drop than to hold. It is easy to say that I am that Swami whom I am praying to, and stay established again and again and again, then that abhyasa yogena will really become that spark, which is like, yeah, when we light the match initially, it doesn't strike. You strike again, this small thing, but essentially the match will light and then it becomes a conflagration. So it's about staying in that thing, and that is where the thing comes. Oh, is that so? This thing, oh, I am God, is that it? Or to say that when I'm going through the lowest phase of my life and perceive that that is also God, then it changes the outcome of the whole thing. So indeed that becomes the sadhana. So it then becomes the point where I'm not looking at the, yes, we need Swami's support, but we know that yeah, the same path, right? Like first I'm looking for Swami's support, then I sense Swami is always my constant companion, then I feel that I am that Swami, right? Not from a sense of ego, but complete humility, and the thing that it's a work in progress, that I am pure, I am that Atman, reinforcing at that level. I think that is where the whole difference comes.
Thank you very much, Sai Satish. Yes, Brother Prasad.
Yeah, just one. Yeah, I agree. What I was trying to say is there are two steps here. Right? One, believing in that I am God. Then that is the first step that I need to believe in. Otherwise, I don't even try to compare myself to be right. Otherwise, whatever I do, I feel like, okay, I'm right. But I don't even check myself. But once I feel I'm God, obviously it will trigger in my mind whenever I do something wrong. Oh, this is not the right way. I need to correct it. So at least that gives me a path for my correction or whatever it is, right? I think there are two steps. What I'm saying is, first we need to believe in that we are God, as Swami said. Then that will help you to identify what is that you need to correct yourself to be there. Because the moment you believe you're God, I didn't do wrong. I didn't do right. You realize yourself. So that's what I was saying. The light is, in my opinion, I'm thinking what you need to do to correct those things to put you back to the God is what I was thinking is the light.
Okay, brother. Thank you. The thing is, once you know that you are God, will you ever make a mistake?
No.
I know, but that's what I right. But Swami said we are God. I believed in it because but I'm not following it. So that means there's something missing here, right? That I need to do something.
Yes. Just believing, I think Swami has already told, imagination is not, imagining that we are God does not make us
correct. Yep.
Okay, so that's the reality. Yes, Sister Aruna, you have something to say?
Brother, I'm just thinking again with the discussion, the light meditation part, right?
Yes.
In that light, we are taking the form into your mind and imprint in your heart. That means you are start practicing his teaching, right? That's how you will establish the Swami within you, right? Whenever you do that, you will be going closer to the Lord. Then you will be, without your knowledge, you are seeing within you the Lord, and you see the others are also the divine present in others. And when you are serving, that's where the light spread. That's how I'm seeing it.
Thank you,
I just started to share. Thank you, Sarah.
So I think maybe that question Auntie is Saku had mentioned, when we are already God, why should we bring something from outside, was a question she asked. Anyone would like to answer that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I say something?
Yes, Auntie, please go ahead.
See, our minds cannot comprehend a Nirguna Brahman without any form, without any shape. We cannot think about it, we cannot meditate upon it. That's why Swami has given this tool that, one akara should be there, one form should be there, so that our minds can concentrate upon it. And then slowly that light will enter into us, and it spreads all over. And then we think that we are the light. And I think I wanted to say something about desires. Why do we have desires? That question was asked by Shivani. Because we think that we're incomplete. We are imperfect. We require something else to complete ourselves. That perfection is nothing else but Bhagavan. So we have desires to always, we are after desires, so that we will be very happy when we get that desire fulfilled. So this goes on and on. That's why we get into this cycle of birth and death, and so that we satisfy our desires in the next life. It goes on like that. So basically what we have to do, slowly cut down the desires, and slowly, I think it gradually, we may progress in this, the coming few lives. That's what I wanted to say. Saira.
Thank you very much,
Auntie, I just want to add to Auntie what the Auntie was saying. Auntie, that's the thing. When you go, when you have only the desire for the Lord, you will compromise, everything will go away within you. So that's how I will look at it one point.
But the question is,
Yeah.
intensity of the desire is so much that you want only God and not anything else.
Yeah.
Is it possible to have that intensity? Saira.
Yes. Thank you, Saira.
It's possible, sister?
Yeah, it is possible, brother. If you think like that, from auntie, once auntie was saying about the desire, then I'm thinking only way you can get rid of the desires, what is coming up to you, by developing the desire, more love towards Swami, it will take away. That's how I'm thinking. That's the offset of it.
Aruna,
Yeah.
I'll be the first disciple of yours.
Auntie, I am a disciple of you, Mati. I have told you already. This is something, I'm honestly, I'm feeling and telling, okay? I have seen in my life, I had so much desires before. Swami, every time I'm doing his work, my desires, I come out of it a lot. And I don't, sometimes I feel I don't want anything kind of like that. So when you're saying that, then I'm thinking, this is the only way we can get rid of it.
Very good, Aruna. Very good.
Thank you, Saira.
Yes, Saira, please go ahead.
I was just going to add to what Auntie said. The desired problem is I'm either looking forward in time or backward in time. I'm not at that point, like what Swami would say, in being like the omnipresent state. If I am in this current moment, if I am just at the moment and giving my best for that moment, there is no looking forward to or looking backward, which is what all desires is about. And so every moment, if I am able to involve myself 100% and make it Purnam, then that becomes Paripurnam. In that sense, I am not seeking something from the next moment to come, but I feel complete happiness in the existing moment. And by staying established in that from moment to moment to moment, I think that is where it becomes literally a stage where the light I'm in the state of being in the light, or I am the light at every point, where the darkness of looking forward to or looking back, looking for the future thing or the past no longer remains. So just wanted to add that, Saira.
Thank you very much. Yes, Kalyani, please go ahead.
Sarah, Uncle, I think because we talked about Namasmarana and then talking about, reminding ourselves that we are Atman. So I guess in your experience, like, do you do both or do you just like focus on one? Because I guess they're kind of two paths, like becoming very small or becoming very big, I guess, to escape the chains. So.
It's a very good question, Kalyani. We'll ask Auntie Sakku, you have something to say?
Yeah, this has nothing to do with Kalyani's question, but this I just wanted to express myself. I personally thank Swami for bringing Bhashyam Auntie, Sai Sadish, Sitaram and Bharani to Canada and make us all get enlightened through this study circle. I thank Aruna for all this, and this is nobody else can give us. This is your removing all the darkness and making us become like a Jyoti. Thank you, Saira.
Sakkuji, Swami has brought all of us together. Swami is responsible. No one is here responsible for it. He is the one who has brought us together to discuss about, we have done some punyam in their past lives so that we are together, and has given us an opportunity to discuss about this Swami's Vahini series. Saira.
Thank you, Auntie.
If you don't mind, I wanted to add one point there. I'm a zero, right? I'm not doing anything. So as you mentioned, all of us here is contributing to understand Swami more and more. That's how I look at it. Thank you for the opportunity for Swami. Thanks, Saira.
Sister, that's a big contribution to realize that you are zero and be around.
You are a hero.
That's the biggest contribution anyone can give. Anyway, so I will just move on. Auntie Sakku, we are all coming here to study. Okay, that's all. Okay.
The
So
same Atma.
same. So okay, let's I think Kalyani asked a very profound question. She asked, "Is Namasmarana will take us there, or should that takes us in one path, which is becoming small, 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 and becoming zero?" I think some people have already achieved that zero state. Some then, or you identify and you become so vast, you break the covering. Then also, both ways we are getting out of the ignorance, is what Swami has said. So I think that's Kalyani, my question is right. Okay. So she asked, where do we start and how do we go about? I think that was her question. See, and I will also like to address, what do we bring from outside when it's already inside? Swami, actually, there's a story which Swami talks about in the Vrindavanam in Krishna's time. Apparently, in the Nanda Yashoda's house, they will always have a lamp light lit. And everyone will go light their lamps and come home. Okay. So this is Swami says it's a big, great significance. So the reality is, when we say there is God in us, the God in us is only in a dormant state. Okay. It's like if you take a piece of wood, Swami will say there is fire in the wood. But that doesn't mean that you can see the fire. How will that fire in the wood come out when that wood contacts another anything which is a light with fire? The fire in the wood also will come out. So spirituality is all about that. So the thing is, even though Swami is there in us, Atman is there in us, it is all wood, dry wood, ready to become a flame. Generally, and that's why the auntie gave the analogy of wick which is wet, because this wood is not only wood, it is also wet also because of desires. So then how do we dry this wood? Taking it near a fire. How do you make it light? You take it near a fire. So then that is where you need someone who knows that they are fire, which is what we have in Swami. So the thing is, then the matter of, do we just imagine Swami outside in the light and then suddenly imagine that he's coming into our head, into between our, no, that's only symbolic. But the thing is, how do we bring Swami in our heart? Means you need to only think about him all the time. First of all, we need to be focused on him alone, know all aspects of him, and then, because he's fire, you try to bring that fire slowly inside you through remembering him, through chanting his name, reading his teachings, thinking about his teachings. All of them actually will dry the wood or wick in us. That is one step. And then over a period of time, when it's all dried up, all the desires are gone, then the light will shine. Okay. At that point in time, only we will know we are Atman. At that point in time, people can choose either to become wide and vast or become small. Devotees have taken two paths, but for both these paths, that is essential, and that's why Swami always insists on devotion as a precursor for even jnana. Jnana means I am Atman, Atman is Paramatman, all that is. That is jnana marga. But even for the jnana marga to start, a jnani is no one but a devotee. Even to get to that point, so Nama Japam becomes primary, and slowly the light should shine us within us, and we should identify that we are Atman. But once at that point in time, depending on our own nature, what the vasanas which we are born, we either take the route of becoming smaller and smaller and smaller, or bigger and bigger and bigger, Jnana Marga alone. But Jnana Marga, for everything, the foundation is Bhakti Marga. Bhakti and identification is essential, and realization that we are Atman, whether you think you are a spark or this of divine or whatever, that is the reason we have to rely on something external, a murti, a nama, rupa, All this actually Swami has covered in, I think, second, third, fourth chapters. So basically, there is no, Swami says there is no shortcut there. We have to rely on an external body of fire or light, and we have to take it within us. Means our mind should be only dwelling on that. It should only ruminating on the teachings, remembering the name, doing japam, all that, whatever sadhana. All these are actually drying up our wetness in the body and making it light slowly. It may take years, decades, but at least we should know what we are doing, which is what Swami is trying to tell. That way, slowly the flame will flicker initially, and then, as I said, it can become a conflagration. But it's a process, it takes time, and we have to work again and again. That's a sadhana everyone spoke about. So, with those thoughts, I will stop. I'm sorry if I have taken too much time. But we can continue this discussion because there is much more interesting discussion coming, which we have not covered, about being sinner and so on. We will discuss next week. Sairam, everyone. I will stop here. If anyone has something to really add, you'll have an opportunity, a few 30 seconds or so, and then we will close otherwise. Next week, we are not having the study circle.
Yeah.
Because we have another function happening, an eternal flame.
So, brother, can you please give that details, please? Thank you. The eternal.
Sai Satish, can you give, please?
Sorry, Ramana, sure. So we are having, as part of the Eternal Sai Connect, Dr. Mohan, who is the trustee from the Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust, he'll be addressing all the devotees at 10 a.m. in Pickering Event Center. And then as the morning program happens, there's also an afternoon program where the children will have the Villupata performance done again. This was done at the retreat. This will be done again as well. So this schedule is from morning 10 a.m. to the afternoon 3 p.m. So all devotees are invited to join.
I think the venue information is already being circulated in the WhatsApp groups, I think, for announcements. So please take note. And so we will meet in 2 weeks' time to continue the light discussion. I hope it is not too heavy. We will close with Samastaloka prayer. Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sairam, everyone.
Thank you so much. Sai.
Sairam, Sairam.
Sairam, thank you.